I just wanted to share a find that I have. As you all know, my planner fiasco with the personalplanner.com planner, it wasn't really a fiasco, but it was a whole bunch of drama over the Frixion pens and how they erased the printed lines on the paper of the planner. Even pencil was erasing it. And so I love my little personal planner, but I need something bigger. I'm going to use that one for my homeschooling, and I'm going to try to get a bigger one. And a friend of mine hooked me up with this company, that I'm going to tell you about here. And I contacted them to find out if I could I asked them first if they had used Frixion pens on their paper, and they had not. And planner companies really need to do that. So I contacted her back, emailed her back, and I asked her if I could just get a sheet of the paper from their planners. You know, it didn't have to be any special. It just had to have their printing on it, and see what happened if I tried it out with the Frixion pens and some other pens before I ordered it, because it's not an inexpensive planner, and I don't want to go through what I went through with the personal planner again. And so, anyways, the name of the company is Lotus Paper Company. And they have an Etsy store. I'm going to put all the links down below. And when I contacted Christina, she said sure. And she sent me out a couple sheets of their planner paper with the lines. And it has some wording and there's color on it. So I'll be able to test all of those. And come to find out, she's originally from Montana too. Her and her husband are originally from here. Not my city, but about 2 hours away. So that's kind of cool. They are out in Oregon now. Lucky ducks. Anyways, so I got the paper in the mail today, and I thought I would kind of do a run through of what I found out about it. And you can probably tell by my tone what the answer was, but yes, let's get into it. So, of course, the whole point of it is can we use Frixion pens with the Lotus Paper Company planners? Well, let's find out. I did a whole bunch of testing. She had sent me a couple sheets, so nice paper weight, still a very nice weight. And this is the note paper, so I'm not positive if the planner paper is the same weight or not. But, I mean, obviously you're not able to see through and that kind of stuff. And so it's a very nice paper weight. Standard, probably planner weight paper. And so she sent me a couple sheets to play with, and so I got down and dirty and started playing with it. So number one. Does it erase the lines? Because it doesn't matter if it writes on it. They write on all of them. Let's find out. Okay, so this is a Frixion, what do you call it? Frixion ball by Pilot. Of course, it's a erasable pen. You have a pen on one end and a rubber. It's not an eraser. It's a rubber edge because it erases with friction. So let's find out if it removes their wording. Are you ready? We're going to test it together. I'm going to move it down here. Ready? It doesn't remove their wording, and no smearing. No smearing of the color. Nothing. If I push really hard, I gotta really push hard. I can lighten the line, but it doesn't erase it. But most of all, no smearing. It does erase its own words nicely, very, very nicely. But it doesn't erase their ink at all. As you can tell, there's no smearing at all, which is what the problem was with the personal planner paper ink. Not the paper, the ink of the personal planner. And so, I mean, I'm sitting here yanking on this. It's not taking it off. I also tried a Frixion highlighter. It erases perfectly, just like it's supposed to. And again, it doesn't remove anything either. It's a win on the Frixion pen. Oh, look, I made a rhyme. Anyway, so if you guys are looking for a planner for using your Frixion pens, add this one into your list of cans. I know for sure you can with the Erin Condren, and now we know for sure you can do it with the Lotus Paper Company. You can't with the Personal Planner Company. So I don't know if you can do it with the Plum Planner. I have a friend who's getting one of those, and so she's going to be our little test dummy on that and try it out for us, because I'm not ordering one of those, obviously. But let's get on to the other things that I tested. I went through my stash and I dug out every single pen brand I could come up with. Oh, we should try the pencil. Ready? Look, the ink stays. like it's supposed to. And of course it erases pencil. So it passed the eraser test and the rubber test. Ooh, that sounds bad. Shh, don't go there. But anyways, I dug out all my pens, from highlighters to fine tips to Sharpies to Zig pens, you name it. And they all, of course, wrote beautifully on it. Ooh, I gotta scoot you guys up. They wrote beautifully on it. Had no problems whatsoever. The paper held up to anything from these really sharp G2 pens. Had no problem with it. I have a set of Maikas, Macchia, high-techs, and they're uber thin. Had no problem writing on it at all. But how did it stand up to the bleed test? Are you ready? Exactly. The only two pens that bled through are the only two pens that I expected to bleed through, which were, where are you? The Bic Market, which bleeds through everything, and the regular Sharpie, which also bleeds through everything. There was a little bit of shadowing with the Crayola, which I don't know anybody that uses a Crayola marker in theirs, but there was a tiny bit of shadowing with the Crayola. And what's the one underneath it? The Writer Dude. But shadowing is completely different than bleed through, as we all know, because we can deal with shadowing, but bleed through is bad. And okay, so that was the pens. And like I said, these are all the ones that I tried. Anything from, you know, the Stablios to my favorite, the Staedtlers. And I mean, these I think came from Daiso. Thanks, Audrey. A Sharpie, no bleed, distress marker, you name it. I tried it. Those were the only two that showed through. That was it. Okay, so the other test, of course, for testing in our planners is we all have these great planner stamps from all different companies. This just happens to be my favorite company. I'm going to do a whole video on them because I have a couple more sets that will eventually get here. I think it's taking forever. But anyways, we all have these. So what I did, I don't have a whole lot of inks because I'm not huge into stamping. But I dug out everything that I have. I have StazOn, Memento, Hero Arts, VersaFine, and an Archival Ranger pad. And I stamped them all down here, as you can see. And then let's find out what the bleed test was, because that's really always a hard one, is to find an ink that won't bleed through the paper so we can use our cute little stamps. The only one that bled completely through was the Memento. Well, it didn't bleed all the way through, but it would be annoying. And the Hero Arts was the other one that left a really dark shadow. Nothing on the StazOn, although in fairness, my StazOn pad is really old. And nothing pretty much on the VersaFine, which makes me really happy because this is my favorite ink ever. And the Archival, which surprised me, it didn't bleed through either. But I did notice that I forgot one, so hold that thought. Because we all don't have enough inks, let's try one more. I forgot about the Distress inks. So let's try a Distress inks. Live on camera, you can see my mad stamping skills. Okay, so Distress ink. Nope. That's a hard one too, because we all know these dye inks just go right into the paper. Well, paper quality alone has me wanting to order one. And their layouts I find really, really unique. They have a multitasker that said, buy me! And so that's probably what I'm going to go order. I hope this helped you guys out. When I get the planner, I'll of course do a full review on that planner. All of Christina's information will be down below about where you can buy these, their website, that kind of information. Again, I don't get anything for this. Okay, she did send me 3 sheets of paper for free. But other than that, there was nothing exchanged here. I'm looking for the planner just like you are, and it's really important that it's something that I can put my name behind, and I really, at least paper-wise, these guys have my business. And so I'll leave all the information below. If you have comments, questions, suggestions, leave them down below in the comment section. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!